Hey, Tyrone, how you doing?
Hey Terry, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing super. You know, guy, when you sent me that apology video, even if I get hit by a train when I walk out this door today, you're not going to leave the 2-6 network, right?
I am not. I am not, man. I tell you, I just go back and watch the videos. I'm having too much success, man. I mean, I was literally about to quit playing golf, but it had gotten so frustrating. Um, I was just tired of shooting 95, tired of shooting 100, and that one day when I shot that video, I told you my wife told me to go back to your videos. All I did was watch the video analysis you did, and I went out and shot 79. Man, I had never broken 80 on a par 72 course before.
Now, does she regret doing that? Because I know you're golfing every day now.
She might.
Well, I tell you, Tyrone, when I got that video, I was thinking to myself that you were a member and that you couldn't get in the network, and you were calling to just really ream me out. I was like, "What is this?" But very pleasantly surprised. Now, Tyrone, since that video came out, the network, um, the video you sent me was a personal video. You sent it to I think my text. I can't remember.
Probably so.
Sent it. But do you realize that when I went back to look at all the emails and all the messages I get from all the successes, I finally realized that I got to put you guys all in one place. And that's when I launched the 2-6 player private group on Facebook, and that's where I'm going to start filtering everybody through because you know as well as I do, being an internet marketer, that you can't just have everything going everywhere. You
Right,
got to have it coming in one place,
right.
and that's the successes we're having. Well, let me ask you this, Tyrone. So you sent in that other video that we're getting a lot of feedback from all your swing aids. And a lot of people are really responding to that. Now, I wasn't a swing aid kind of guy, but I did take a few PGA lessons, and I was a DVR pause, wear out the batteries kind of guy. Okay, so basically the same thing. So let me ask you this, and I don't want this to run too long, but what are you experiencing now? I mean, you're an avid golfer. You looked at Hogan, you looked at Ledbetter, you looked at Harmon. What's going through your mind now that how 2-6 has really changed your golf life?
Well, to put it simply, it's just made it more fun. But to go a little deeper into that, I mean, because golf is fun again. And when I made that video, golf had stopped being fun, man. I was playing all the time, but I was more frustrated when I finished playing than I was excited about the opportunity to play. So that's what's changed. But the biggest change for me on the course is that I'm not thinking about a whole bunch of stuff when I'm over the ball anymore. I'm not thinking about my left arm straight, starting the downswing with my hips. All I'm thinking about is getting my grip and my posture right, and keeping my head behind the ball, and then just letting it swing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm focusing so much more on the target. And it's like James Hudson said the other day, man. I mean, I'm noticing stuff on the golf course that I hadn't noticed before. Because before I'd be so stuck over the ball, just kind of looking and fearing what's going to happen, or if I take my takeaway is right and all of that stuff. Now I look at the target. I get my grip and posture right. I keep my head behind the ball, and I swing. And I'm just getting really good results. By the way, I saw James shot that. He was even par through 9 holes the other day, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Well,
got to work on my game. I'm coming to get him.
he ended up shooting 6 over on the back. He said the
Okay.
back was a little more heely. He was having trouble with his 3-wood. But here's the thing about that, and guys, and I know that I got to start locking down my content. The content is so good, so simple that the results are so good. But my point is, when he said he was having trouble with his 3-wood, I'm able to respond right away. But what were you doing with that 3-wood, James? Oh, well, I was. What did he say? I was hooking it. Okay. Well, I can respond real quick back. Well, listen, here's your checklist. He can get that note right away and then start working on it right away instead of being all this delayed, all this, come back for a golf lesson or come, basically, doing that kind of thing. And I tell people right now, the $3.99 a month, Tyrone, I guess you can agree with this, is basically a tip jar.
Man, it's
It's
irrelevant, man. I mean, it's nothing. When I tell you all the money I've spent on golf stuff over the years, man. I mean, even for video, the Hank Haney course, that blueprint thing, I think that was like $100. I mean, that thing was worthless, man. you know.
okay. You got okay now. I
Man,
think
I've got almost everything, man. There's
he
almost
came out
nothing.
with. he even came out with something else. You know, Haney's now putting his all of his videos on Shot Tracker to make it look good.
Really?
Seen that? Have you seen
I
that?
haven't seen that. Well, I've stopped looking at stuff now. I mean, new stuff. But I tell you, before I came back to 2-6, man, when I say I got everything they advertise on the Golf Channel, it's in the house somewhere, man.
Wow.
I've got it
So
all.
Channel does make money off that stuff, right?
Oh, they got my credit card number on file, man. I mean, I bought all of that stuff, and I'm telling you, none of it helped me, man. None
Hey,
of it helped me.
let me ask you something real quick, and we can end this interview. I was up in Pennsylvania about a week ago. I'm looking at going to Avalon Lakes. I'm looking at putting that on the network as an outing in Pennsylvania. Something that was really nice. They got an inn. They've got golf courses. They got 2 PGA courses. I'm looking at having a 2-day event, golfing each of their courses on a Saturday, Sunday. Stay at the inn, get a nice, good deal, and have some rewards on the back end of it. I think we're that good. I think the 2-6 network is that good. You know, I think that we could have a nice competitive outing with guys just hitting great golf shots.
Yeah.
What do you think about that, Tyrone? If that was an outing up in Pennsylvania, and it looked good, would that be something that would be of interest?
Oh, absolutely, man. That would be awesome. I mean, that I would absolutely love to do that, man. You know, I've got a couple of different groups of golf buddies, and we do that 2 or 3 times a year. I mean, we the last one we did was at Barton Creek in Austin.
Gotcha.
They have 4 courses right there, and it's an Omni resort, and it was a really, really good weekend, man.
And that's a good point. That's a good point, Tyrone, because you know, as 2-6 is growing, we know that it's a process, but not everybody. I'm not going to say not everybody buys into it, but not everybody wants to be instructed. But your buddies would want to come to an outing to put their skills on display at a nice golf course.
Right, right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gotcha. That's where it's going to go. That's where it's going to, because the 2-6 experience is going to grow regardless. I want other people coming in to experience it. You don't have to be a member. Just come to our outings and have fun, and then let everything else roll through. Now, with that being said, you all better win the outing.
Well, I was just gonna say the one thing. The funny thing with some of my buddies, and I told you I got this one buddy who just he knows that I've improved, but he won't ask me how. You know, we're just competitive like that. So, but I notice him like now he's trying to grip under the club, but he doesn't know why. But now when he takes his grip, he's kind of putting his hands like under the club, but he's not doing it right, and he's too proud to ask me, man. So I just kind of sit back and chuckle when he's leaning the shaft forward, kind of, but it's he doesn't understand why.
Kind of unorthodox. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
he sees what I'm doing, and he sees that it's working, but he hadn't put it together, and he doesn't want to ask me. So I just sit back and laugh and take his money, man.
Yeah. That's what Steve told me. And I'll let you go on this one, Steve. I was in Pennsylvania. He wanted his buddy to come, but his buddy's, I don't want to come to that. He says, but Rob, or whatever his name is, I've taken $250 of your money the past 2 weeks. Don't you think you should change something? That kind of thing. So it's all good. It's all good. Okay, well, listen, Tyrone, I know I know we ran long on this one. I just want to see how we can compress it to make it. Now, again, if you're going to send this as a file, it's not going to come through email. See if you can compress it on Handbrake.
Okay.
Get it down to where you're going to cut off like 90% of it, and just sort of see if you can't for some reason, just put it on YouTube.
Okay.
And I'll download it as an MP4, and then I'll compress it.
Okay.
Okay.
Good deal.
All right, Tyrone. Well, listen, you have a good round today.
I'm gonna try, man. I'm shooting for that. I'm shooting for that one over somebody had, man.
Man. Well, I'm going out to practice right now in the short game area, and but no, this is going to be a new dimension because these are going to be all over the 2-6 player, all over YouTube. But we don't want to give away too much information. I'll let you know what videos we need to talk on, what videos we just basically promo on. How's that?
Okay, good enough.
All right, Tyrone.
Okay, Terry.
Talk to you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.